welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 318 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. Woo. You are joined this week by, oh my gosh, who is that? Is it Lee? No, it's not.
Josh.
It's Josh. Yeah.
It's me.
It is.
I have a voice.
That's it. We were going to have Lee, but like you've swapped this time round. Like Lee is absolutely on his deathbed. Fully just, like he phoned me a little bit earlier than this, just like basically saying, sorry, I won't be able to come on. He sounded like absolute shit. So
get well soon, Lee, although by this point you're probably better now, so
yeah, it's gone one of the two ways, hasn't it? He's either like fully recovered or he's in serious.
Or we need a new podcast and YouTube host.
Like things got real dark real quick on episode number 318.
You just watched a person die.
That's it. Fuck. Oh, we have got a little bit of tale about mortality a little bit later on, but like stick around for that. It's
worth it, honestly.
Yeah, it's good. But before we start the podcast proper, we are going to mention our sponsor, which of course is affordable.co.uk. They bring you pedals from DemonFX, JSA Effects, Mosky, Joyo, and Caline at amazing prices. They're a UK company with all of their stock ready to ship in fantastic recyclable packaging. Check them out at affordable.co.uk. Yeah. Like, go on Insta as well. Go on Insta and follow Affordable because you will see, like, he posts maybe like 3 or 4 of the listings that he's got in stock, like every day. And I'm playing these pedals because he's sending me out the pedals to demo. I'm playing them and I'm still wanting them. I'm like, shit, man, that looks good. But yeah, check them out, affordable.co.uk. Right, we've got some stuff this week. We've got some stuff. It's been a bit of an interesting week in terms of news, and a lot. I've done a bunch of stuff. You've done some things as well this week, Josh.
Sort of.
I mean, is it embarrassing or is it like has it flipped around to be kind of cool? Like
I think it's flipped around to be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think we might have, like, that precipice might have been peaked. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll start off with a bit of news because why not? I think, you know what? We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to start at the bottom of the list, and then we're gonna ad lib from there. Bottom of this list is Poison Noises, a pedal company that don't get a lot of love from us here on the Fret Talk podcast. Not intentionally. They're not like a huge, massive company. So they kind of fly under the radar a little bit. However, this week they've been making a few little waves in the guitar community because of their newest pedal. This pedal is called the Not for Josh. And it's not pointing at you.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's a very specific Josh. It tells you on the front of the pedal and on the graphics which Josh it is not for. It is, of course, Josh Scott of JSA Pedals. Which
automatically makes it our Guitar Annum of the Year pedal.
I mean, it'd be crazy if that's the way it fell, wouldn't it? It would be crazy. We're not ruling anything out at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna find the picture of it so I can read the disclaimer on the front because it's pretty good.
I think I was the one that pointed this out in the group in the middle of the week. I think. Because I saw someone post it on Pedalboards of Doom Facebook page, which we all sort of have a dibble about and run. And I was like, this is possibly the greatest thing I've seen all year.
Yeah. So it's basically poking the fun at the fact that Josh Scott is a massive pedal collector. So you've got a little yellow warning box on the front of this pedal saying, warning, this pedal, in parentheses, and box, may never be owned, borrowed, or purchased by Josh Scott. He will not have this pedal. He is not going to survive. which like creme de la creme that is. Amazing stuff.
I want to know if he's actually done like a legal jurisdiction on it or something where like it legally cannot be owned by him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Like, there's got to be some fine print with that.
I imagine we're probably going to see a video of Josh Scott playing this because he's a sneaky bastard, is that Josh Scott? But yeah, so let's talk about what the pedal is because it's got some like fantastic marketing for it. But what's it do? So it is a fuzz drive pedal. So you've got an op amp fuzz. So what we're talking, kind of big muffy kind of style distortion fuzz, and then quote unquote creamy overdrive. So you've got 4 controls on this, 3 at the top, and then one a little bit lower. It's drive, volume, and fuzz. So you've got independent gain controls for both the drive and the fuzz circuit, and then an overall level for the pedal. But then you've got a blend control, and it's not a clean blend. It's not like dialing in a certain amount of this effect overall. It works a little bit like the Boss Overdrive distortion, the OS2, where both of the effects are running in parallel with each other. So your guitar signal gets split and then run into these 2 pedals simultaneously. And you can blend between the 2 circuits. So you can have like 100% drive, 100% fuzz, or dialing it in anywhere between those 2 to get a mixture of the 2, which is kind of cool.
And I think the big ironic thing is about it. It's like 2 styles of pedal that, you know, he has quite a fondness for. So it's just making it even that more temptation for him to own it, but he can't.
Yeah, I just thought it's a little bit like the collab that he did with Boss, the Angry Driver, has got a mode where it runs them in parallel. So it's got it has got this kind of this thing going on with it as well. It's so delicious, isn't it?
I wonder how he'll like it with other pedal brands taking his ideas.
Like... Whatever could you be hinting at here, Josh? Oh dear.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
Indeed. So it's $179.99. I'm not entirely sure whether they're sold in the UK or distributed in Europe. I imagine they're probably going to like sell out pretty quick because like it's a legit thing. Like it's a legit like joke at the expense of Josh Scott.
It's one of those pedals that would sort of be up my street because one of my favourite overdrives is the Thunderclaw by Mr. Black because that's like a distortion that breaks into like that fuzzy sort of territory. And so like pairing the 2 together in a box, I think is going to be is really good. So I might have to send him an email and be like, "My name's Josh. Can I own it?" And my last name doesn't begin with S.
Yep, it's definitely not a Scott. Right, I'm gonna break into. I tell you what, we've got 3 bits of what I've done this week, and we've got what you've done this week, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah. I'll do mine to start off with. Then we'll talk about
knock yourself out.
Well, it's not me who was knocking myself out, unfortunately, this week. So we're going to start with the recording story. I was recording a video that might come out soon if I get my finger out for Pedalboards of Zoom. I felt like this. I can't tell you much about it because it would ruin the surprise of the video. But I found this absolutely wicked thing, basically, like guitar-related thing. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. I can't give you any more than that. And I really apologise for being like vague as fuck.
Vague book.
Yeah, but I'd written out a script for the talking bits of the video, and I had a little bit of time this week, So I started recording this this script, and I was halfway through it, and then I heard this almighty crash. It sounded like someone had slammed my front door. Like, bear in mind, I record my stuff in my little music hovel, which is like a room upstairs. So I'm thinking, like, that's got to be a pretty meaty slam. I thought, oh, like, shit, maybe the missus is home early and she's like super pissed off or something. So I like looked out the window and like her car's not there. I'm like, shit, what's going on? Like, start thinking, mate, like maybe someone's trying to break into my house. So I'm like keeping an ear out to hear if there's any banging and crashing, any like ruckus downstairs, and like absolutely nothing. So I'm like, okay, I've still got my camera on, I've still got my recording on my computer. I'm gonna continue on with the video and just like be kind of keep an ear out, be mindful. So I do that, get through all of the recording, and then like I go out like 15 minutes later. As I open the door, I see a dead pigeon on the floor, just like almost stood on it, like where I was. What the fuck? And then it dawned on me that absolutely massive crash was a pigeon flying like into my house. It was fucking grim though. Like, the pigeon's neck was like at a right angle, like clearly had broken its neck, and like blood was just like seeped out the side of it. It was fucking horrendous.
Let's have a moment of silence for
rest in pigeon.
Rest in pieces.
But of course, I had to get rid of the evidence because I don't think it would it'd do well for my son's like health, his mental health. Coming home to see just a dead pigeon on the drive.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to do him any good.
No, so I had to get rid of the evidence. So now in our bin out on the front is a fucking dead pigeon. But there you go.
It's fucking grim.
It is. It's really bad. But what I might do, in homage to the pigeon, is somewhere in the video put the footage of me hearing the massive crash. I'll see if it came through on the microphone. If it didn't, then there's going to be no point. But like, it was that loud, I'm pretty sure it will have been picked up on the microphone. I'll try and sneak it in somewhere in that video. Just the sheer what the fuck reaction to hearing what sounded like someone was kicking my front door in.
Must have been a very weighty pigeon, but also it must have been a very stupid pigeon.
Yeah, like,
well,
like my house isn't like, it's not painted like sky blue or anything, so it's not camouflage. It looks like a fucking house.
It's like when you sat watching TV or something, you know, and then all of a sudden you just hear this thunk, and it's just a pigeon that's just left a big like bird print on the window.
Yeah, I don't think it was the window though, because I would have like seen something. But yeah, like we've all had those moments where we're just slightly less aware of our own body than we usually are, and we're like walking down a corridor, and we walk a little bit too close to a doorway and end up like shoulder barging it. Like, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's like,
you want to fucking go?
Yeah, you're almost like getting leery with the furniture at your office. Like, what the fuck? Let's do it. But yeah, like the pigeon equivalent of that apparently is fatal. So, you know, poor bastard. Rest in peace, pigeon. Rest in peace. Right. What are we saying? Are we going to... Let's do the head rush. Come on, because actually it's a thing, isn't it? It's not quite as exciting as some of the other bits of news. We'll do the head rush. So head rush. They're a company that have kind of... I don't know how to describe head rush. It's like they released their... Look, I think it was called the tour board or something like that, or the studio board and the tour board, which were like the smaller and the bigger version of their modeling units, like a bit like the equivalent of an HX, like a Helix, and then the Helix LT, or like the Boss GT 1000, etc., etc. So it's a bit like that. They've never really like penetrated the market as much as the Boss stuff and the Helix stuff, have they?
No, I think one is like, to be fair, some of their releases haven't always come at the best of times as well, because I think they released one, I can't remember which one it was, and then I spent like a couple of months after like the Quad Cortex released, and they did the same. I think they announced like their big version, and then like a couple of months later the Helix was like the smaller one, the Stomp, I think, was announced. And I think they've been quite unlucky with things like that, but I've tried a couple of them, and they leave a bit to be desired, in my personal opinion. They have good features, don't get me wrong, but like from my perspective, I think they've always been lacking with something.
Yeah, I mean, I've not tried them out, but I mean, some of the features look all right on them, like the layout of the touchscreen. I know you were saying that the touchscreens aren't as responsive as they perhaps should be, but
yeah,
like the interface with the touchscreen, like how all of the pedals are like graphical representations of pedals, and it's all like very like the graphics for it are on point with that. Which kind of
I do like those.
Yeah, but we've got they've reworked the Headrush lineup rather than being this kind of confusing mess of like all these different releases. You've got 3 in the range now, which is similar to like the Helix. So they've got the Headrush Prime, which is the big daddy. The Headrush Core, which is the one that they've kind of rebranded and is the one that we're talking about today. And then they've got the MX5, which is the smaller version, like 2 or 3 foot switches and a treadle.
Yeah.
Kind of HX Stomp equivalent. So the thing that sets the new versions aside from the older versions is the fact that they've got an integrated vocal processing like chain within it. So the Core and the Prime you can attach via XLR, and they have what's called the Antares auto-tune like modeler, which means that you can have like studio grade kind of auto-tuning effects on your vocals in real time, which is a bit good. Like if it works the way that they say it works, that's a step forward, isn't it?
It is, but I feel like just a couple of half decent features like that though aren't enough to set it alight compared to the competitors.
Yeah. So they also have got the amp cloner, which I'm assuming is similar to
like
the kind
capture or a profiler.
Yeah, like the Kemper profiler or the Quad Cortex captures. So you can like take snapshots of rigs that you've got. Say you've got like a really nice tube amp rig, but you know that you're going to be playing a gig that you won't be able to wind it out. Like, say, for example, like your Series 1, absolutely fantastic amp, brilliant, very loud. You could then, like, take a few captures of the tones that you use on that and then use them within the Headrush, like have them set up as, like, scenes. and you could almost emulate what you'd be using the amp for on the headrush. So it's got some really cool things. Like the IO on it's brilliant as well. We've got XLR. Let's have a look exactly what we've got. You've got mic input. You've got guitar in. You've got you've got out to amp. So maybe using it as an amp switcher. You've got an effects send and return. Expression. It's mono and stereo outputs, both XLR and jack, and you've got MIDI in and out through as well. So it's fully featured. It is a fully featured modeler, basically.
It'd be interesting to hear it like A/B'd against, take just a box standard amp like, a JCM 800, capture, like with the Kemper and the Quad Cortex and the Headrush and comparing the differences between the three, because all of them will always pick up on different little nuances. I still think the Quad Cortex is probably the closest I've heard, with the Kemper second, I would say. Obviously, I know there's the what's that one that came out recently? The
Tonex. The
Tonex. People are saying that's good, but apparently to do like a proper process with that, you need to do it for like 6 hours. And nobody's got time for that. And you have to go out and buy your own separate DI box thing for it. You can't just do it off the unit, which is a bit more of a ball ache.
Yeah, that's a faff, isn't it? But then again, like having what is the equivalent? Oh, pardon me. What is the equivalent to like the Hughes and Kettner red box? So like a load box, but then also a through for like dry output recording. So you're just getting the flavour of the amp profile. That's a faff.
I definitely think the biggest, one of the biggest pros is being able to have the XLR out. I mean, I think that feature should be in every sort of, floor amp stroke modeler sort of thing. And there's a lot of ones that don't do it. And I think it just has to be a given. It's the whole reason people have these sort of products.
Yeah. Well, it tends to be the smaller versions, because the HX Stomp doesn't have the XLR out. I don't think the MX5 on the Headrush has the XLR out either. And those are simply down to like space, because they're such compact units. You can't fit in the XLRs as well as the other like the effects loops and shit. So they've prioritized having functionality over like the outputs, which is fair enough, because if you're using one of the small units, you could go into a DI box into then a desk, which would be like that would work. And DI boxes are what, like 20, 25 quid, something like
that, yeah.
So yeah, it's but it's good that the core has got that functionality. It's very, very competitive with something like the LT. In terms of price, the Headrush core at the moment is £777 on Thomann. The LT is coming in at £959, where you can get the bigger Headrush, the Headrush Prime, for an extra 40 quid at £999. And then put it into context, for the whole lineup, the MX5 is 434. So it's like they've staggered it quite well, haven't they? Like 450, 7 and some change, and then 999. That's got quite a nice stagger on it. Because if
I think there's really any proper competitors for that sort of product in that ballpark, like you say, with the Helix being a shade under $1,000 and whatnot, it's priced very well.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the LT. So like the middle Helix is the same price roughly as the big head rush. So they're competitive in that direction, aren't they?
Mm.
So it's I suppose the real test is how good they sound, though, aren't they? And because they're not,
it's always the test.
They're not around so much. Like, I can tell you what a Helix sounds like. I could tell you what like one of the Boss ones sounds like, because I've heard them, I've seen them, I know what they're like. I'm not hearing the head rush stuff as much.
You don't see many people with a head rush.
That's the issue, unfortunately. Right, Josh. Let's talk about what you've done this week.
Other than recovering from COVID, which I didn't realise I had until I had some tests left over, and I was like, oh, I'm positive. Oh, okay, fine. I went to see the first band I ever saw live in concert again, and that was Busted. And it was such a nostalgia trip. It was awesome. The set list was kind of, like it was their greatest hits 20th anniversary tour, which, like, when you put it, the fact that they've been going for 20 years was just kind of like, and albeit a good portion of that, they had kind of, disbanded, but even still, like, it was 20 years, and I was like, holy shit.
Ouch, I am old.
Yeah. And it was just so good, because, like, I just, like, went back to the first time, like, I remember hearing, I think the first song I heard was, like, the What I Go to School For and bits and pieces like that, and Year 3000, and I was just like, yeah, this is groovy, because, that's when I was at the age when you just kind of actually start to, pick up on things on music, because when you're a kid, you don't.
Yeah, you just
really
kind of
pay attention to it.
Kind of getting into it.
Yeah. And it was just such a nostalgia trip, and it was. It's only really weird, because when I think I was 10 when I went the first time, and it was my uncle that took me, who passed away a few years ago. Mm. So, like, it kind of hit on that emotional level, because it was the first gig I saw with him. But I didn't, like, realize that, like, the standing area was seats, like, for part of it. Like, part of it was seats, and then, like, the stage come out into the crowd, and then there was, like, a standing area. Like, they do, like, that semicircle of a D almost, and then they have, like, a standing pit in that bit.
Yeah.
And it's when you've done, like, hundreds of gigs where it's all standing areas, and then you see a seated area down there, it's really bizarre. And they had Hanson supporting them, which, I was like, who the fuck are Hanson?
Oh, shit, no.
And then somebody said, and they did, like, but, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I know them now. And they didn't even play that song.
What?
That was fucking... They didn't even play but. And I was just like...
Motherfuckers.
Both me and Laura looked at each other and was just like, what? And then, like, halfway through the Busted brought them out on stage, and they did Umbop together, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. So I've heard that Hanson are, like, actually quite legit as a band. Is there any truth to this?
They were very talented. They were very good. Like, the one guy, was kind of singing and playing harmonica and doing the piano at the same time. And
Yeah.
The drummer was singing songs, like not just like going, in the backing vocals or something like that. Like, he was fully full lead vocals while playing the drums as well. And some of the stuff didn't look easy. As musicians, they're very good.
Yeah.
Like, they're a very talented bunch of musicians, but I wouldn't go and, watch them or listen to them kind of like out my own pocket, so to speak.
Yeah.
But just, as they were supporting, they weren't a bad support band.
Yeah.
The only thing that was kind of really bad was there was like, there's always like that first support band where like half of the arena's still empty.
Yeah.
And there was like one of those generic style bands. And if you're going to like start off, like regardless of whether the arena is filling or it's full, you don't start with a cover song. It's a bit of a no-no. You start out with like, one of your big hitters or something like that.
Like you do like your second biggest banger is what you do.
Yeah. And they did a My Chemical Romance cover as their first song.
Which tune?
Oh God, it was Teenagers.
Shit, mate.
Which is one of like one of the, I wouldn't say lesser known ones, but it's not one of the biggest popular ones. And they didn't even do it well. They didn't even do it well. And I was just like, that is bad. That is really bad. But Busted were just excellent. Like, they opened with Air Hostess, and literally, like, there was not a single person sat down and not jumping up and like absolutely giving it beans for the entire song.
Yes.
And they did like Thunderbirds Are Go. They finished on Year 3000. They did Teenage Kicks. It was all the big hits, and it was, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. It was one of my favourite gigs from the year.
Yeah, big old.
I would happily go and see them again. If they announced like another tour and another album, I am absolutely game.
Yeah, big old slice of like warm, fuzzy nostalgia that is in it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I missed out on them because I was a bit old by that point. Because believe it or not, dear listener, we are not the same age. We are just ever so slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the young
boy. Not by
boy.
much.
Yeah, you're a young boy of the cast, aren't you? So,
I think me and Matt are pretty much the same age, aren't we?
Are you? I don't know.
I think I might be wrong. But he's not a boomer, as his opinions sometimes come across.
I mean, yeah, he definitely is a boomer, but like not by age.
Yeah. In terms of gear for the Busted gig, because like me, I'm always the one to like look out for what they're using.
Yeah.
So James he used like a aqua blue style SG for the most part of it.
Nice.
Couple of Strats, and I think it was a Takamine or a Martin acoustic. I couldn't really tell from because I was sat at the sides. Yeah. I couldn't really quite tell. Matt, the bassist, was using basses, generic Fender basses. What can you say? And Charlie was using modded Jim Root signature Tellys and Strats.
Oh, okay. And so he weren't like drumming the entire night?
No. The drummer was like a session drummer, but he was actually the drummer from a band called Lower Than Atlantis, which I've heard of, but I've not listened to them. Yeah. But I tell you what, he was fucking tight. He was tight as nails. He was really, really good.
Nice.
And for gear, they were using Kempers because I could just like see the green and of the foot switch.
Yeah.
And they were doing it all themselves, to be fair, because I think Charlie missed one cue at one point, and he had to like literally peg it from the front around the stage to pack and then hit a button.
Oh shit, man! But that shows that they're doing the thing, aren't they? They're not hiring someone to do the switches for them; they're doing it themselves.
Yeah,
So,
which I was actually like pretty gassed. I was like, they're, you know, like you said, they're actually doing it themselves rather than, you know, like Kirk Hammett only just stepping on his wire and he can be 10 foot away and someone will change his clean patch for him. Yeah. I know his name's Justin, but it was good.
Yeah.
And they had Christopher Lloyd, the one in Back to the Future one that plays Doc?
Yeah.
They had him doing like little video bits like before the gig, like saying, you know, about time circuits, blah blah blah, and then of course before year 3000 come on, like he come on the video screen and was like, something's gone wrong with the flux capacitor. We've ended up in the Great Scott year 3000, and then they literally come out and did year 3000. I was like, yes, lads.
I mean that's money well spent there. That is.
It was. It absolutely was. And when they did Thunderbirds Are Go, they didn't, like, they played bits of Thunderbirds in the background, but the most of the video clips were from Team America.
Yes. Good on you, boys. Good on you.
Yeah, it was great.
Cool. Right. What are we saying next? We're gonna go. We can't end. We can't end the podcast on the NS1X, so we're going to do it now because it feels. Do you know when you have to spend money on a power supply, and you're like, oh, like I'd much rather have this new drive pedal or this new, I don't know, like dirty octave pedal or something, but I need to buy a utility. It's a bit like that, isn't it? So, like, noise suppressors are much like the power supply of the pedal world. You know that you've got to have them sometimes, especially if you're running like really high gain signals, especially if you're running single coils. But we don't talk about them because they're not exciting, and we don't want to have to think about spending the money on those. However, the Boss NS2 has been out, I'm thinking probably approaching 3 decades now. They aren't the top one on anyone's list, really. Like, some people buy them, but they're not the go-to on anyone's list. Because you've got the ISP decimator is the one that I think a lot of metalheads say, like, this is the one. And there's another one called like the noise clamp or something like that.
Yes. MXR did the noise clamp. You've got Electro Harmonics do the silencer. I'm trying to think what other budget ones are, but those are the two off my top of my head.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a fair few out there, but I think it's long since the Boss one has been like the only option. So there's lots of choice out there. So Boss have basically come back and changed the game, haven't they? So the NS1X is the next generation of noise reduction. We've got ultra fast gate, but they've also like a technology that they feature in it. I'll try and find it because it's they've got a new acronym for for what it is. Here we go. MDP. The MDP. What's that fucking stand for? It's some. There we go. Multi-dimensional.
Mostly deeply penetrating.
I mean, you'd hope it wasn't mostly deeply penetrating. Apparently, it's got 3 modes on it as well, which is kind of crazy. You've got gate, you've got reduction, and then you've got mute, which, if you are buying this pedal just as a mute switch, you are doing something wrong. But like maybe some people want it as like a non-latching mute pedal. Like if you've got like a really ridiculously high gain signal, and you can't get the noise and the notes are almost indistinguishable. You could press it down and like almost use it rhythmically. But yeah, so you've got gate, you've got reduction, and you've got mute. You've got also a reduction meter on it, so you've got like a multi-LED reduction meter. It's like green LEDs, orange LEDs, and one red LED. So it tells you in a visual way the amount of reduction that's going on, which is really, really cool. Like we were talking before the podcast started, noise reduction is a bit like compression, where if you're hearing the effect being used, like if you can really hear it working, you're already using too much of it. So yeah, it's an interesting one. That the fact that they've redone it, it's because it's one of the X series as well. It's got the chrome fronts, and I think they look kind of cool.
I love the chrome fronts on their pedals. I think they look so good.
Yeah. So we got the
The biggest problem I had with the NS2 was, especially if you wanted to like run a pedal in the loop of the NS2, the patches were like the other way round. You had to like cross them over, and it was such a fucking ball ache.
Yes, yeah. I hope they fix that one. Yeah, input and output, send and return. Oh no, they haven't. No. Oh no. Yeah, I used it once. I did like that feature actually, the fact that it had a loop. Thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, it looks like it's the same way around. Yeah, send and return. Yeah, it's a different order now as well. The input and output are no longer the top jacks; they're the bottom jacks. So that's a bit of a fuck,
boss.
But it is what it is, isn't it? So you've got like the reduction mode, gentle noise suppression, natural note decay, or pickup type. So kind of that's the thing that you want to be using if you're using it for like single coils, and then the gate is for like almost those kind of percussive gate things, like almost like in the Horizon drive, is it? That's got the built-in noise gate. Yeah, that's cool. Mute switch, yeah, changing instruments, tuning brakes. Yeah, I think if you are using it just as a mute switch, you need your head checking.
It's called a volume knob on the guitar.
Yeah, I mean, look, but it says for like switching instruments and whatnot and set brakes. If you've not got another pedal that does that, like if you've not got a tuner that does mute, then what even are you doing? But yeah, so these are 189, I think, or 185 quid. Yeah, 185 quid. The NS2 is 95 quid. So this is double, basically, what the NS2 is.
That's interesting, because most of if you're getting like a Wazza pedal, they're usually 150, 170.
Yeah, this isn't Wazza though. This is X, isn't it? Like this is the X series. So you like the compression, like the X series compressor. I assume
that wasn't that much though, surely.
I don't know, maybe. But I don't know how much technology is going into this new NS1X as well. I mean, in terms of like where it costs against like the competitors, that's actually because I think the ISPs are quite pricey as well. I don't think the MXR is particularly that much, but it seems generally all right. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's going to be a big seller, or you reckon?
It's one of those really weird ones where it will either flop or it will be immensely popular and everybody will start using it. I don't think it's going to be like in the middle. It's going to be one or the other. Like you say, most people, when they want a noise gate, they'll just go ISP decimator or NS2. I think the only people that are going to be really going for this is if they just want to upgrade, I think.
Yeah, just had a look. The decimator is €199, so roughly around the same price. And then the decimator G-string, which I assume is like a more involved version, is €298. So actually, it's competitive when you look like against the others.
Yeah.
And it's Boss as well. Like Boss are legit. Like they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So maybe it will. Maybe this will be the new one. But who knows? Right.
They said that about the CS1X or say the compressor or whatever it was, and you don't really see many people running with that on the boards.
Yeah, but I think compression, it's a funny one. Like you can get good compression at like budget ends, like the
Dynacomp.
Dynacomp is like they're like £90 or something. Like,
Healy Katana.
That's a boost, isn't it? The Katana. Like, but they've
got a Katana compressor.
Oh, do they? I know they've got the 4-knob comp as well.
Yeah.
But like even down to like Moore with the yellow comp, which is based on the diamond comp, they are legitimately good compressors, and they're about £50 now. So you must really want the compression of a Boss, and like the CS3, the compression sustainer, wasn't a particularly nice sounding compressor. Like you could hear it working. There was not many ways of making it quite transparent.
Yeah, it coloured the tone.
Yeah, it did. So I don't know. The compressor's a bit harder of a sell for this one, because cheap noise suppressors are not good noise suppressors.
No.
So you've really got to spend the money on these. Yeah. So
I'd rather spend more money on a noise gate than spend more money on a compressor.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can get good compression cheap, and cheap compression doesn't always sound bad. Whereas cheap,
I feel like Mr. Matt Quine as well will pipe up on this, I'm sure.
Yeah, you don't need compression. I mean, some of us, unfortunately, Matt, we do. Like, I'm not that good that I can't play with it. Compression, I need it. It is a crutch. Don't shoot me. It's. I just never learnt to play that well. Right, I'm gonna say what I've done this week as well. I'm gonna do a twofer with this one, because I think we're skirting towards the end of the podcast anyway. So I'll double up my what we've been up to with. Basically, I can roll it up into one sentence anyway. The DC30 by TC. I did a video about a month ago on PBOD about the DC30. Since then, they have released a firmware update for all of the Ampworks pedals, basically like refining them and making them even better. And I managed to eke out a video based on the firmware. And I mentioned it last week actually on the page, because I know that Matt's away for the next couple of weeks on his Holly Bobs, and Matt is a massive fan of the AC amps, so I had to tell him just how good the firmware update was. Yeah, they've so basically the changes that they've done is they've changed the gain sweep on the two channels, which is a nice kind of quality of life thing, because it makes like nailing the gain that you want more precise, because you've got like the sweep is more smooth, so you're not having to be as precise. That's a really cool thing. They've changed the foot switches to on when you press it rather than on when you lift it. All good. The real big thing is the cab sim. So the cab sim originally, like based on the Alnico Blue by Celestion, quite a chimey sounding speaker, and where the mic position is for the original cab sim was very, very close to the center, which means you're getting like all of the immediate attack, all of the brightness. When you pair that with an AC amp, you get a ridiculously bright sounding signal. So you could dial it back. You've got the tone cuts, you've got the EQ controls, but it, like everything at 12 o'clock, it started at a really bright place. So what they've done now is they've looked at the cab sim and kind of moved that mic position further away, like further towards the edge of the speaker cone, so that you get in a much fuller, much rounder tone. So it starts off at a much more neutral place. You can still dial up the treble and dial back the cut to get a nice chimey classic AC30 tone. But you've also got like the added warmth as well, so that you can get much thicker sounds as well. And in the video that I shot, I'll compare the two. Hopefully YouTube compression hasn't completely fucked me over, because like it's really difficult to judge it sometimes when you record a video and it sounds amazing, and then you throw it up on YouTube, and then like the YouTube compression algorithm just completely shits on the audio. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that you can hear the differences in those. It will come through, because it's like one ridiculously bright tone and then one which is a really full sounding one. And there's a really cool trick that I do in the video, but you've got to go watch the video. You just go watch the video on Pedalboards of Doom. I get one of the greatest guitar tones that I think I've ever got. It's amazing. So good. But also, not only did I do the Pedalboards of Doom one this week, I recorded, just before I updated the firmware, I recorded a no-talk tone for it. So I've done a no-talk tone on the original firmware, like as stock that you would get this pedal. I recorded the no-talk tone so that you can hear what the pedal sounds like straight from stock. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
It is good. I really like the pedal anyway. I dig TC stuff. TC are a company that if I had to use one pedal company's pedals for the rest of my life, it probably would be TC.
They don't really do bad pedals, do they? I mean, they do ones that, you like or you don't.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter whether you're like kind of a high-end player, or unless you're somebody that gets like boutique gear, but you can be like beginner, intermediate, and like I would say advanced.
Yeah.
And you'll always find like a TC pedal on them in some form.
Yeah, I think with TC, they're not exactly always the most exciting brand, but they are so solid and so dependable. Like, that if you wanted to go get, like, say a chorus pedal that would be able to fit around your rig, that you'd be able to mold it into what you wanted. You go pick up
You don't want a brand that begins with B.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the Boss choruses are they're very much that one sound, aren't they? Like the Boss super chorus and the chorus ensemble, they have that specific sound. Whereas you could go into a shop and buy a TC Corona chorus, and
the afterglow.
Yeah, or even the afterglow, yeah. And you'd get a nice solid chorus tone. Like same with it. Like if you wanted to go get a reverb for your amp, like back when I was buying, I bought the I was going to buy, the Egnator tweaker head.
Oh, I was going to buy one of them years ago.
And I was saying to the chaps at Guitar, like, this is a wicked amp, but I'm going to need some reverb for it because it doesn't come with any reverb in it. Straight away, they were like, Hall of Fame, this is what you want. So, look, I almost bought the tweaker and the Hall of Fame together. I ended up not buying either and then coming back the week later and buying the Rebel, the Egnator Rebel, which absolutely fantastic amp. But it was just like, that was the go-to. Like the TC was the go-to because it was just, they know that you'd be able to get whatever reverb sound that you wanted. Yeah, so like TC stuff, I love. And I think
Spark Boost is great. I love my Mimic. It was the best thing I added, one of the best things I added into my rig. Hall of Fame, great pedal. Flashback, great pedal. Like say Corona Chorus, great pedal. Mojo, great pedal.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I gig with the Mojo. Like whenever I gig, no matter what gig I'm doing, the Mojo is always on my board. I've got shitloads of TC pedals. Like I've got the chorus, I've got the flanger, I've got more than one flashback. I've got what else have I got? The shaker. I've even got that weird brainwaves one, whatever the fuck that does. I'm not even sure what it does.
Vibrato, isn't it? No, not a vibrato, because that's the vortex.
Vortex is the flanger.
Oh, is it the flanger?
Yeah, vibrato is the shaker, which I've got. I've got the mini one. I really could do with getting the full size one because I love the shaker. I really love the shaker. I want the viscous.
Oh, it's brainwaves is the pitch shifter.
Yeah, but it's a strange one. I've got the fucking sub and up as well, which I bought off you.
Oh yeah, you did it. I forgot that you bought that off me.
I need to do a no talk or tone on that as well.
You've had that for about a year.
I have. Yeah. And there's many pedals that I've had for about a year that I've not done a no talk or tone on. I need to get on that. Shit, man. Right. One last final thing. We've got some one last final news, haven't we? The Vintera series, they are officially, like the Vintera 2 series is now official. They've been released. They're now available, basically. We've talked about them a little bit before because they were leaked on a few websites. But I think we didn't go over like the full lineup. We just went through some tasty little leak picks. So I'm going to talk about the lineup, and the things that are coming out in this lineup are a bit different. So the Vintera line, they've tweaked a little bit. They're doing very vintage voiced pickups in them now. So they've like tweaked the voicing of the pickups so that they're a bit more era correct. They've got era correct neck shapes as well. So they feel really, really reminiscent of the old classic shapes. And then there are some absolutely out there colours. Like I think there was a Capri orange.
Yeah,
with the
like
the competition Mustang. So we've got some interesting things. We have got some interesting things. First of all, they're doing a bass 6. They're doing a 60s Mustang bass 6, which it's a thing, isn't it? It's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
It's a very specific sort of vibe.
Yeah. I mean, they brought out the Squires, and people were loving them, but they weren't great instruments. Like I think like Branton on the Guitar Nerds podcast, openly admitted that they weren't good. And then they did the paranormal series or the
sixth one was like the baritone style one. Yeah. I think it was, wasn't it? Tosca used that on a lot of their clean baritone stuff.
Oh, nice.
On their albums.
Yeah, it's basically like tuned down an octave, and it's tuned as a guitar. So yeah, like you could do like Barry stuff on it really easy.
And Loathe used them as well down in drop G.
Yeah, just in case a bass 6 was not low enough. Yeah. But yeah, they've been a bit of a cult instrument. I think the Beatles used them at some point. Apparently Placebo and The Cure used them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, channeling those vibes, it's not for me, but look, they're getting a bit more popularity now, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got a 70s Deluxe Telecaster, but with a tremolo, which, like, so it's...
I don't mind that. I
mean, I'm not really for Telecasters with tremolos, but yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? Like, it's like your standard synchronized tremolo. I would have liked maybe a Bigsby, but like again, it's a thing. It's something a little bit different. We've also got a maple neck Jaguar. So Jaguars are a bit of a strange one, aren't they? As well.
Yeah,
bit of a strange one because
the one I really like is I love that vintage white Strat. The vintage white Strat and like the kind of surf green sort of style one. Those, oh man, they are so good.
Yeah, I mean they're doing, and this is where I would get tempted. They're doing a surf green Strat, 70s Strat with the big fat headstock.
Is it? I'd get the 50 style one with the smaller headstock.
Yeah, I mean, it's a love-hate thing with the big fatty stock. Some people hate them, some don't. But the reason I wouldn't be buying them is because they are a little bit too vintage correct. They've got the narrow tall frets, which I do not like, and they've got a 7.25 radius, which for me is a no-go. But it does look really good.
Can't say I've ever tried a 7.25.
Oh.
Unless I have, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really tend to pay attention to radiuses. I just like, if I like the feel, I like the feel. I couldn't tell you what any of the radiuses on any of my guitars are. Genuine fact, I could not tell you.
Shit, man. I couldn't go through life like that. I'm really particular about mine. Like my Variax is a bit of a weird one for a Strat. It's a 12-inch radius, which is a bit flatter than the usual Strat. I think the Harley Benton's a 12-inch as well. Yeah, generally 12 inches is kind of where I'm at because I do like
so
a Gibson.
Budge likes a 12-inch.
Way. Ooh. Yeah. So like I like a slightly flatter board, but then when you get to like the Ibanez RGs where it's like basically flat, they're like 16-inch radius, and that's a bit too much. I went through a phase where I did like that, and I played an RG as my gigging guitar for about 2 years, but it's too, like when I play it now, I get hand cramp because it's too much, especially if I'm doing chords. Like you're doing like your chord voicings all up the neck. There's not enough radius in it to keep your fingers comfortable. But I could not do 7.25 because I bend the strings too much.
My RZK is a 305mm, whatever the fuck that is.
And gone. So, like,
I'm googling my guitars now.
I think that's 12 because
okay,
25, like 250 is about 10. about 10 inch. So 305 is probably about 12.
I can't believe I've never bothered looking at these. I'm just like, yeah, if it feels good, it feels good.
There you go. You'll probably find out that you quite enjoy a 12 inch as well. We all enjoy a 12 inch.
Don't we all? My Chapman's 13.5.
13.5 inch radius.
Yeah.
That's mental. That's a really strange radius. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, so while you're finding out the radius of your guitars, we'll just talk about the last few in the Vintera series. We've got the Competition Mustang, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. Yeah, kind of cool. It's got kind of grungy vibes. They are, yeah. Apparently it's Competition Orange, not Capri Orange. But yeah, like, it's the coolest one. It's the coolest colour. And
it's
then
a vibe, that's for sure.
Yeah, the 70s Tele P bass, which is, I absolutely love the Tele basses. So good. It's so good. My bassist's got a Tele style bass. And every time he pulls it out, I'm like, that is a banging bass. And he says, you say that every time. I'm like, I won't ever stop saying it because that is a banging bass. So he knows. He knows. Yeah. Out of the new Vintera series, which are you buying? Like, if you had to buy one, which are you buying?
I would be buying I think I'll be buying the blue Strat, the off surf blue sort of Strat. I think I'll be buying that. I kind of dig the Teles. I'm not huge on the vintage, like the deluxe style ones. Not really for me. I'm definitely more of a Strat, but yeah, it's probably going to be the Vintera 50s HSS in the blue with the maple neck. I'm probably going to go that, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't really properly had a HSS Strat, so I'd probably go for that. I think I'd be down to clown with that.
I'm like, I would be a boring bastard and go, yeah, I'll go for that surf green 70s with the big fatty fat stock. But I'm not because I'm bucking the trend. I'm going for the 70s Mustang in Competition Orange.
Of course you are.
Because it's got the rosewood board and it's got the fatty fat headstock.
But you know what? Now I'm looking at the Sonic Blue Tele and
yeah,
it's ashtray bridge though, and I'm not a fan of the ashtray bridges.
I mean, ashtray bridges can be okay, but if you've not got compensated saddles with the intonation for it, you can get right in the bin. Right, we haven't spoke about the most controversial thing about this Vintera series, and that is the price. Some of these, well, in fact, a lot of these are peaking over that 1K mark, and I think this is potentially a little bit dangerous. Yeah.
For a Mexican, it shouldn't be over $1,000, but you're hard pushed now on finding a good Mexican Strat now for like a good amount of money anyway. Like, of course, all prices seem to have gone up at the moment astronomically. Would I pay $1,000 for one of those? No. Would I buy one like secondhand? Yeah, I'd buy one secondhand. You know, you're probably going to be talking about what, 600 quid mark, 600, 700 quid mark. But like the Strat I'm looking at is 799. I'd pay that.
Yeah, it seems all right. My problem with it is I'm not getting on with the 7.25 radius, and they've all got that pretty much. So realistically, I'm not going out and buying one of these. I'm not anyway. I've got shitloads of guitars. But,
So the biggest radius I own on one of my guitars is 13.77.
Is that your chap blokes?
Yeah, the baritone.
Oh, fair. Okay, that makes sense.
That's the biggest radius I have on mine.
Yeah, my Ibanez RGs beat that. They're 16-inch all day. Just like the Ibanez Wizard Necks are 16-inch radius across the board, which is ridiculously flat.
I remember I had one. I had a Hagstrom, one of the ghost ones, the Phantomans.
Yeah,
and that had. I loved the guitar because I loved the RD shape, but it had the weirdest fretboard I've ever played in my life. It was almost like playing a piece of paper in the fact that it was really slim at the back, but it was just niche enough, like straight, perfectly straight. And I was like, no, I can't be doing with that.
Yeah, the Ibanez RGs are like that. The Wizard Necks have got a flat bit at the back.
I didn't like it. Really didn't.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't use it so much anymore. I really should. They're good guitars. They are really good. But anyway, I think that's probably where we're going to end this episode for today. Episode 318 is where we end. We're going to extend a thank you to you, dear listener, who's made it to the end of this podcast. You are a legend. You are definitely...
all of the waffle.
Indeed, yeah. It's been waffle cast. But you know what? It's good sometimes to get these waffly casts off your chest. Because you just got to, haven't you? Got to do it. And I think we've spoken about the Vintera series for the final time now. We definitely won't have any more.
We've teased it for about 3 months now.
Yeah.
And it's finally out.
We've put it to bed. I'm going to extend a extra special thank you to our sponsor, Affordaboard. Check them out, affordaboard.co.uk, for any and all of your budget pedal needs. There are some absolutely fantastic ones on the website. And if you want to hear what they sound like, just check out my YouTube channel because they feature a load on there, which, again, we'll be featuring some more soon. We're going to extend a final thank you, and this is the sexiest and most special of all the thank yous, to our Patreon backers, who for as little as $2 a month, that is $2 a month. And this has not gone up with inflation. $2. What is that? Look, could you even buy like a bottle of milk for that these days?
You'd be pushing it.
Probably just.
Probably get like the little 2-pint ones or whatever they are.
Yeah. So maybe just skip out on the milk for 1 week. Back us on page.
And don't forget, you will also be able to look forward to whose nipple is it anyway.
Indeed, because we are but one Patreon backer away from exposing the nip. Whoa! Just for you audio listeners here, because this isn't a video podcast. This is audio, but there was a little sneak peek there. There was a little sneak peek. But yeah, our Patreon backers are as follows. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Cheftone Effects. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimpson of The Rising of the Lights. We've got the trifecta of Boner. We've got Mr. Hugh G. Rection, Mr. Mike Oxlong, and Mr. Gary Goldencock.
We got to do an extra big one now.
The trifecta of Boner is there. If they were a wrestling troupe, what do you call a wrestling? A gang? Look,
they used to call them like tag teams, didn't they? Or stables.
Stable.
Matt would know. Matt would know it would be stables.
Yeah,
it'd have to be the Hardy Boys, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the really Hardy Boys is Mr. Rection, Oxlong, Gary Goldencock. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. We've got Mr. Brian Gale of the Tone Jerks podcast, of the Second Button podcast, I mean, kind of. They haven't released one in a while. Come on, boys. I'm jonesing for some Seinfeld. And the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot. I really hope his foot is okay. Because by this point, it's probably off, isn't it?
Is either off or he's got one of those, like, you know, half boots on. Ooh. You know, that just the toes stick out of.
It's not a good look either way, is it? And then finally, we've got Mr. Jason Wharton of his own YouTube channel, which is amazing, and of Pedalboards of Doom fame.
Yeah.
Which, again, amazing stuff. So,
Jason, your videos have been killing it at the moment, man. Absolutely killing it.
Yeah, he's quite the legend. Jace, legend. I mean, all of our Patreon backers are legends. They're really, really cool people. I don't know about those three in the middle, though. Misdirection, Oxlung, and Golden Cock. Oh, dear. So
it's a good job it's not followed by Russell Brand.
It's been a rough week for him, hasn't it? Maybe we'll chat about him on the Patreon, because that is definitely not a topic that we tackle on the reg. If you want to catch me online, I am Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You find me at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads. But YouTube is, of course, the home to the No Talk or Tone series, which this week features the DC30 by TC Electronic. Not quite. I mean, it's just over the budget pedal threshold, but it does more than one thing, so it gets a pass. And Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Corona Mortis on Instagram and Threads, and you can find me on YouTube at Josh Castle TCM.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, go to Josh Castle TCM for any and all of your Rammstein needs, because there is just so Rammstein
sort of niche.
It's niche, but like if you are even Ram curious, if you are the slightest Ram curious, definitely get yourself over there.
Ishville.
Ishville, indeed. Das ist ein Mullsack.
Das ist ein Gut.
So, from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from, oh my gosh, it's Josh. It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. So, all right, bit.
Auf Wiedersehen. I just got wrongfully fired from my job for being in a state of constant sexual arousal, which is ridiculous. Everyone around me knows that I'm a dedicated employee who is always hard at work.
I mean, yeah.